Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Brent, and today we have a really cool car for you. It's a barn find Nissan 240SX, and you'll see a little bit later in the video that we ended up finding something absolutely gross. I'm just gonna warn you now, it was the corpse of a dead mouse, but if you guys saw our last mouse infested video, at least it wasn't a live mouse because you saw how we had to handle that, and that wasn't a fun time. But the owner told us that this car has been sitting since 2001, so for about the last 20 years. And the most unfortunate part about this video is that he ended up calling us after he already had it in his possession, and it was originally covered in dust because it sat for so long, but he decided to wash it off as soon as he got it back in his driveway. So when it came to the exterior, we ended up just giving it a good wash and a spray wax, but we spent enough time on the interior, and wait till you guys see the water that came out of the extractor. It is, I think, probably the worst on all of YouTube. I've never seen anything this color come out of an extractor. You're gonna be mind blown. And make sure you watch all the way until the end of the video because we got his reaction on camera. And lastly, take a second and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and hit the like button because it really helps us out with all of our videos. And now I'm going to get into the question of the video, so leave your answers in the comments below. I want to know how long you guys have been watching our videos. Have you been someone who's been watching from the beginning? Did you just find this video? It's your first time seeing us? Let us know down below. And now what you're seeing is a mouse skull. Never seen that one before. So at this point, you can see all the stuff falling out of the center console, and we decided it was just best to take it off. But before we do that, we're super excited to announce that this video is sponsored.
Okay guys, so the sponsor of this video is actually Keeps, which I wish we had started this YouTube channel about 5 or 6 years ago because unfortunately I started losing my hair when I was like 19 years old.
Keeps is a subscription service that focuses on making it easier and more affordable for men to treat their male pattern baldness. With Keeps, you'll have access to online consultations with a real doctor, automated shipping with delivery to your home, constant access to your doctor through online messaging, and generic options of the FDA-approved medications for hair loss. And because of that, it makes it a much more affordable option than other hair loss treatments.
Now, while RJ doesn't have any hair, I do, and I'd prefer to keep it that way.
Get it?
Keep. 2 out of 3 men will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they turn 35. And guys, the best way to prevent hair loss is to do something about it while you still have hair.
And speaking of that, I didn't have the opportunity to use Keeps because I didn't know about them when I was 19 and 20 years old going bald. My younger brother, same deal, at 18, 19 years old, he started going bald. And my youngest brother, I knew about Keeps at that point, and I told him to try it out. And sure enough, he's gonna be the only one in our family out of all the men that is going to keep his hair. So it really does suck losing your hair. I can vouch for that. My younger brother can vouch for that, but my youngest brother found Keeps in time, and he's gonna have hair until he's old and decrepit, so.
And one more time, we just wanna say thank you to Keeps for sponsoring this video. Head to keeps.com/WD detailing to get 50% off your first purchase, or hit the first link in the top of the description. And now, let's get back to the detail.
All right, guys, so after I finished pulling out the seat and vacuuming everything, I went and put the back seat rest back up, and I don't know why this keeps happening to us, but we told you guys it was mouse infested. Ew, there's a maggot in there too. That's what's left of a mouse.
Yeah, so there you guys have it. We must just have the curse of finding mice in cars. So while we were using the vacuum already, we figured we'd just knock out the door jambs. That way we could pressure wash them, and any water that got in the car wouldn't really matter because we were going to extract the carpets and clean everything anyways. So when it comes to extracting, I don't think I've mentioned this in a video in a long time. You don't want to put any of the extractor soap in the actual extractor, because then when you're spraying the water, it's just going to keep continuously putting soap into the carpets or into the seats. So you always just want to use plain old water. If you have an extractor that has a heater, then you obviously don't need to heat it up beforehand. But if you have one that doesn't have a heater, like a Bissell, then you might have to heat up the water beforehand. But always use hot water, and that's it. Okay, so I'm not going to talk over the water pour, but please leave a comment below of what you think this water looks like. Personally, I think it's the worst water I've ever seen. It's disgusting. Now for the rest of the interior, we just used our APC and a soft bristle brush. And honestly, I don't know what it is about this car, but it looks so good once it's completely cleaned. I know that's kind of weird to say because most cars do, but something about this car, it just looks really good. Now with everything clean, it was finally time to put the car back together. And this is one of the most satisfying parts to me because you know everything's clean and it's just all coming together at the same time. And it's kind of cool to see from an outside perspective. Moving on to the exterior now, we started with the engine bay. And personally, I don't know a lot about these cars, so if you guys have knowledge on these cars, leave some facts down below. I'm curious to read a little bit more about it. And if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like and also subscribe to the channel. And also don't forget that the customers' reactions right after the B-roll at the end. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next Friday.
All right, guys, so we just finished up the 240SX. We're here with Jacob, who is the owner, who had us come out to do this Nissan. And we also noticed that you have you have 240SXs everywhere.
Yeah.
There's two in the driveway. Was there one in the garage, and there's like two more back there too?
There's 60 right now, yeah.
Now, are you tracking these cars? Are you just dailying them, or you have some that are tracked, some that are daily?
The one in there is my track car. This one I daily, and two back there just pretty much parts cars for right now, and one's a winter beater.
Gotcha, gotcha. And you found this one just sitting in a barn?
Yeah, my buddy texted me like a couple weeks ago, said his friend's dad had one, so I couldn't pass it up.
Oh, he knew exactly who to call, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
That's sweet. Is this, you plan on, is this going to be a parts car? Are you going to rebuild this one daily?
I'd like to rebuild it, yeah. I mean, it's in savable conditions.
Yeah, I mean, not much rust on it. The interior is in pretty good shape, and of course these cars are going to base by real quick, so we'll take a quick break. All right, there we go, and we're back. But no, that's really cool. Like I said, you've been a Nissan guy pretty much since the start?
Yeah, yep.
Sweet. Well, yeah, we're not gonna hold you up any longer because we're exhausted too. We want to get out of here, but yeah, sure. Man, feel free to take a look.
All right.
So on the outside, you know, like I said, you had already sprayed it off, so we just did a real good wash and a spray wax on it.
All right.
But the inside came out pretty well.
Dang. I don't think I've ever seen one this clean.
that was the goal, was to make it cleaner than any 240 you had here currently.
That's crazy. Yeah. It was brand new.
Yeah, we pulled the seats out, we pulled out the back seat, folded down, you know, the top, cleaned underneath the spare tire, pulled out the back insert. We actually pulled out the full center console, the shift boot. I couldn't get the knob off. Because I heard the 240s are just like impossible. People say like put a towel around it and wrench it off.
Yeah, they're pretty tight.
So we ended up just pulling out the center console and taking it out from underneath and leaving the boot and shift knob. But yeah, there was definitely a lot of mice living in there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There was mice nests in the glove compartment, underneath the back seats, inside the inserts back here. I mean, it was covered. Yeah. So it's definitely a barn find.
Yeah, looks good, dude. That's crazy.
Thank you, man.
You put the hubcaps on it.
Yeah, we tossed those on for, you know, aesthetics. We want to make sure it looked as good as possible when we showed you, and for the end B-roll. So, but yeah, without further ado, thank you, man. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks for having us come out.
For sure.
And thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give this video a like and subscribe. It really helps us continue to be able to do these really cool details for really cool people and make really cool videos. So thank you to all of you who are watching and supporting us. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next week.